Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of EmpireJeffTV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Tuesday night from Los Angeles, California, night where the Los Angeles Lakers defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves 110-103 on opening night tonight. And man, like it's been a while since the Lakers won on opening night, man. I think 2016 was the last time, man. One time for that. You know what? This team didn't even play that great tonight, and they still got the win. And that's what I love to see, when they grind out a win. And tonight, they absolutely grinded out a win. They were terrible from three. They couldn't get a three-point shot to fall to save their lives, but they did things that describe a grind out win. 72 points in the paint and only 7 turnovers tonight. That's absolutely incredible. When you score that many points in the paint and you're able to limit your turnovers, your shots from three, eventually, when you're missing that many and you get some offensive rebounds back and put them back, they still got beat, I believe, with the second chance points. But it doesn't matter. They didn't get ran off the court in second chance points. So they got second chance points was, they did actually, 31-19. It was close for a minute there. So 31-19 in second chance points. They're going to have to figure that out eventually. But the turnovers, y'all, that was incredible. The limit those turnovers, 72 points in the paint. They had a couple of stretches, but Anthony freaking Davis tonight, y'all. What a beast. Anthony Davis, man. 36 points, 16 rebounds, absolute domination today, man. If the Lakers could ever get their act together and have any type of respectable record, then this man's going to be in line for like every single postseason award there is, man. I'm telling you, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, like he's going to be in all of it, all defensive team, all NBA first team. He will be in line for all of these categories if the Lakers record is sufficient enough to qualify for it. He's not going to get it if there's 7th, 8th seed. It's not going to happen. If they could somehow be around a 4 seed, 5th seed, which is a lot to ask, and I'm not going to overreact over one game. I don't get too high and I don't get too low. Had they lost today, the sky wouldn't have been falling. And even though they won today, I'm not acting like we're getting a parade. But what I'm saying is, if we get anything close to this Anthony Davis this season, where LeBron James is a willing passenger in the back seat to let Anthony Davis carry them here. I've talked about this multiple times where LeBron early in games will be like, okay, AD carry us. AD doesn't, and then Bron takes over. He's like, okay, this isn't happening. I'm going to do it myself. And so we are now seeing Anthony Davis not giving the keys to the car to start this game. So he went out, he dominated. Rui Hachimura got off to a great start in this game. There was a lot of things that happened well here. Dalton Connect had a pretty good stretch there in the first half. The Lakers last year would have lost this game. They would have either been down earlier or would have blown this lead. So JJ, congrats on his first win out there. It's very, very, very early to know how this is going to go, right? I kept saying, look, I love the way they started that first half, the way they were doing everything. Only 3 turnovers at halftime. Loved it, loved it, loved it. My only question was, how are they going to act when things start to go bad? That was my question. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was waiting for. Well, they answered the question tonight, and they held it together, and they got the win. This is what they need to do. I love that. I saw JJ out there talking trash to Ant. I saw him mad dog at least 3 Laker players. And that's what I told you when I was telling you guys about JJ, about of all the candidates there was, he's the guy I wanted, is because I felt like he had enough of all of the nastiness that you need, right? There's going to be times where it might be too much. There'll be times later in the year where we're like, all right, JJ, chill. But out the gate here, you saw them in the timeout. And you guys know I'm not the biggest Darvin basher in the world, right? But there were clear things here that separated. I did a video saying that JJ has to be everything that Darvin Ham wasn't. And when you look at the huddle, all eyes were glued on JJ. He was talking to his players, and they were locked in. They're out of timeout calls. They're sideline out of bounds calls. That play where Bron hid in the corner over by the Wolves bench and acted like he was chilling. I got a baseline dive and a dunk. The corner crashing, the dunk spot, finding Jackson Hayes in areas to get some effectiveness out of him. D'Lo actually playing like a point guard in stretches here was incredible. D'Lo did not have a great game overall, but he had some great possessions. Same with Austin Reeves. The Lakers still got a lot of stuff to work on, but we're looking at right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double figures. We'll take that any night. Rui Hachimura, 18 points on 7 of 14 shooting, a plus 19 for Rui, highest on the team. LeBron there with 16 points, 7 of 16, 1 of 4 from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Not his best game. Like I said, Anthony Davis, 11 of 23, 1 of 3 from 3, 13 of 15 from the free throw line, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal and a block, 1 turnover, 1 foul. You love to see that, man. You had Austin Reeves there with 12 points on 6 of 14 shooting, 42%. Not terrible, not great. 0 of 5 from 3. That is terrible. But he did have 9 rebounds. Shout out to him for that, and 4 assists. So shout out to Austin Reeves there. D'Lo, not a good game either. 33%, 1 of 7 from 3, only 9 points. The funny thing about D'Lo, though, is when he was on the court, the Lakers next to Rui played their best. He was a plus 15 tonight. It almost doesn't line up when you see the production out there, but when he was on the floor, maybe it's anything from defenders staying close to him because of his shooting ability. It opens up some lanes, putting him on the same side of the floor as other guys who can get the ball and create immediate action. Guys don't want to come off him and give up that corner 3 or wing extended 3. So these are all things that D'Lo can be somewhat of a decoy in, even if he's not having a fantastic game on the stat sheet. And look, he did not have a great game, and I know a lot of people are coming for him tonight. But what I'm saying is, just with him on the floor, the Lakers were plus 15 tonight. They won by 7. So they weren't leaving him, which opened up opportunities for other players. And that's beneficial, even if you're not filling out the stat sheet there. So, and then we had, like I said, Jackson Hayes, 4 or 5 there tonight, had some decent minutes, and -1 for him, which is crazy. Dalton Connect, he only had 5 points tonight, but he only got 4 shots off. And I felt like he made an impact when he was in the game in 15 minutes of play with a +7 for himself. But the Wolves had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in double figures, led by Anthony Edwards there. 10 of 25, though, 40%, 5 of 13 from 3. And he was a 0, not a negative, not a positive, but a flat out 0 in the game tonight. And the Lakers got it done. I'm proud of them. This team surprised me a little bit today. Impressed me in some areas today. This is what I want to see. The Lakers have holes. The Lakers have issues. They have to do things extraordinary in certain areas to help cover up some of those other deficiencies. And I felt that they did that today. Now, the Lakers ended up being a good 3-point shooting team last year. They just didn't shoot enough in volume. And when you look at what they shot today, man, at 16, almost 17% there on a 33-point attempts. 30 is kind of within the realm of probably where you want them to be at. They just didn't make. They were 5 of 30. That is just disgusting. Shot 44% overall. But like I said, 7 turnovers tonight. That's amazing. That is amazing. And 3 in the first half, 4 in the second half. Pretty balanced there. So Minnesota gave them all they could handle in the third. They made a good push in the fourth there. Anthony Davis was just too much for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They had no answer for him. They couldn't hold him, even with Rudy Gobert out there, Naz Reid. They were sending help him on the bowling ball. Julius Randle could do nothing with him. And then even swatted Gobert when he was trying at the rim there, thinking he was going to throw one down. And Anthony Davis turned him from Rudy Gobert to Rudy Go nowhere and got that ball out of there, man. So Anthony Davis, best player on the floor today, best offensive player on the floor today, best defensive player on the floor today. Lakers get the win, man. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. Shout out to JJ for his first NBA coaching victory. And shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers for coming through. I think it's the first time since 2016 they get a win on opening night. And we've been waiting for this. We've been wanting this. We've been needing this. Show us something out the gate. Get off to a good start. None of these 0-3s, these 1-3s, the 2-5s. 3-7s, like get off to a good start. I really believe, these Lakers had to make up so much lost ground every season after getting off to terrible starts that it killed them every playoff. Get off to a good start. Then if you have a lull later in the middle of the season, you don't have to go on 2 season-wide runs just to make the freaking play-in. So this is what we need to see. Keep it up. Keep going. Let's get out of our first 10 games with the winning record and then get to our 20 games with the winning record. Let's try to get in this season, if we can make it at all, the entire season without a losing record. I'm not saying you got to be 30 games over 500, man. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is start this season off right, get these games going. And like I said, we got a win tonight in a game where LeBron was non-Brownish, and Anthony Davis was our MVP and the best player on the floor. I feel this is what we need for us to win games this season and to get a higher seed. If LeBron James is our best player this season, we're in trouble. It's no Bron shade. He's 39 years old. He'll be 40 in 2 months. He's still great. He's still incredible. He's still a top 15 player in this league right now. But Anthony Davis needs to become a top 5 or 6 or 7 player in this league for the Lakers to have any type of chance of having a higher seed. Now, having said that, I still do not, no way, shape, or form, see this team as a contender. If they're going to be one, a drastic move is going to have to happen at some point. But if this team puts up a fight, if they come in and they show that they're bringing it every night and they're doing it, and they send that signal to the front office like, look, we want this, go get us something. Now you're selling the front office on maybe potentially going outside the realm of what they want to spend because they believe in this team. Last year, it wasn't just the players giving up on Darvin and Darvin giving up on the players, but it was the front office giving up on the entire team. And that's why they really didn't do any moves, is because they just didn't have confidence that this group could do anything that was worth the sacrifice of sending anything out. I'm not defending the front office because they still need to get creative and do things on this roster. It's their job. But what I am saying, if this team shows this front office that they want it and they're going to bring it, and there's cohesiveness with the staff and the players and the front office, top to bottom, then this front office may be like, okay, all right, let's go get some stuff done. Maybe we will give up 2 picks for something, but we're going to do that until you guys showed us something. And the Lakers showed them something tonight. They really did. Now they've got to continue to show them something, continue to prove this. If they end up 1-3, tonight's win gets erased, right? They got to keep up the pace. They got to keep doing this. Anthony Davis has to play like this. Rui Hachimura has to play like this. D'Lo has to be better. Braun has to be better. Not worried about Braun being better. We'll see about D'Lo. Reeves has to be better. I think at some point, Connect is going to have to start getting more minutes. I think he's going to take someone's minutes because I think he's going to be that impactful on the court. I think he's going to potentially help us win some basketball games late in the second half. So appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Once again, I'm Empire Jeff. This is Empire Jeff TV with the first Los Angeles Lakers post-game show of the 2024-2025 season. Do me a favor, if you have not done so already, please tap that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. I'm back, baby, doing basketball, man. I've been knee deep in baseball, and I will continue to do that. I will continue to do a ton of Dodger coverage throughout this World Series, and I would be remiss if I did not pause here, and I should have done this off top, to say rest in peace to Fernando Valenzuela, who passed away tonight. The Dodgers announced. We started hearing something a couple weeks ago. I heard a couple weeks ago that it probably wasn't going to be long, and we lost Fernando tonight, an absolute Los Angeles legend. And rest in peace. God bless him and his family. And I'll have a lot of coverage on this and my Dodger coverage throughout the week, but could not do a show without honorably mentioning the great Fernando Valenzuela and everything he'd contributed to the community and culture of Los Angeles. We lost a real one. We lost a good one. Blessings to him and his family. And there will never be another Fernando Valenzuela. And he was ours, and we were lucky to have him. God bless him and his family, man. Have plenty of coverage on this on my Dodgers World Series preview tomorrow. Get back to the Lakers now, but had to throw that out there, man. Couldn't do a show without mentioning that. Also, rest in peace to Jerry West. The Lakers did a great job of honoring him tonight. Just sad overall when you pocket those two things together. So I will say this: the Lakers did a lot of things tonight that I had concerns about and questions. Was one, finishing games. They had some issues with that, obviously, early last season. Obviously, every Denver game last year in the playoffs, the Lakers were in position to win, fell apart, and blew those. They did not do that today. Minnesota is still going to be a good team this season. Minnesota, I still think, will be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference this season. Minnesota came in here thinking they were going to go 0-1. They were going to get us, and it was going to be the same old Lakers starting the season 0-1, and here came the drama out the gate, right? And we took that away from them. We said, nah, you're not getting in our building tonight. And that's what it is. The Lakers got to play at home like they're not giving away these home wins. They were blowing too many games early last season, giving away too many games. That came back to bite them later. You're going to have bad losses in an NBA season. 82 games. You're going to have some bad losses. You're going to have some great wins that are bad losses for other teams. But if you can limit the bad losses early in the season. Now, this is a good team. Losing to them will not necessarily be a bad loss. But if you lost tonight after having a 19-point lead, that's a bad loss, even if you're playing against a quote-unquote better opponent, right? That's a bad loss. So the Dodgers, I've been doing the Dodgers so much. The Lakers came in tonight, and uncharacteristically of last year's playoffs, held on and got a win even when Minnesota was coming. They were coming. They were coming back. They were coming to take it. And the Lakers flat out took the wind out of their sails. And Anthony Davis just bullied them and bodied them. LeBron had a couple of moments there right at the end. And Braun has to be better. D'Lo has to be better. Reeves has to be better. There's a lot of guys that have to be better. But an MVP, which AD played like tonight, can carry you through these games when your guys are not at their best, especially late in the game in those moments. And AD rose to the occasion. Shout out AD, man. Shout out AD. Shout out to y'all for being in the building here. I appreciate you, man. One Peruvian guy. What's going on? It's at LFG. That's right. What's that? Longy Raider? Is that what you? What's going on? Appreciate you, man. Great win, Lake Show. Absolutely, man. Rob, what's good, Rob? So what's up, Jeff? Let's go Lakers. Absolutely. Gilbert Vega, what's good, my guy? He says, yo, shout out to Gilbert for being a member. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the members. You guys can become a member by clicking the join button, or in the description, the first link in there is where you can become a member. You can also tap that Cash App and become and donate to the channel as well. Appreciate you guys, man. What a difference already. Yeah, they look locked in with each other. They look like they're playing for each other, and that makes a world of difference. When a team, I talked about this a lot last year, when a team is connected, you can see it. When they're playing for each other, you can see it, because when they make the right play, when they run the right out of bounds play, when someone makes a mistake, they all rush to him to show him what he did wrong. Everyone is invested. When a team is connected like that, good things come out of that. You build winning habits, you build trust, you build chemistry, and it leads to wins. And that's what we're seeing right now with this Los Angeles Laker team, man, starting it off strong. And they didn't even play that great. They really didn't. They got off to a great start, and they killed every run that Minnesota had. And that's what you need. When you get out on someone, when you get separation from someone, you hold their asses down. You don't let them get back in the game. And that's what the Lakers did, man. They're responding to Redick. They are responding to JJ. And this needs to continue. My biggest concern, and my concerns will continue to be this. And I, even in this game, it was a concern of mine, is what is going to happen when things start to go bad, right? What happens when they go on a losing streak? What happens when they hit those dog days of the NBA season in January, the post NFL NBA season, and the schedule that I always call it the post NFL LeBronathon, where they got the Lakers on national TV every other day on the road against all these good teams. Like, you got to get out to a good start in this season to help prevent the skid during that time. But what's going to happen when they stumble? What's going to happen when they hit a rough patch? That's what I want to see, how this team reacts to it. We got a small sample size of that tonight. We got a small sample size. Last year's team, especially in the playoffs, would have blown this game, would have blown this lead, would have lost this game. We went home 0-1 last year in this game. This year, we go home 1-0. That is progress, folks. That is progress. And that's what I want to see from this team. I'm in no way, shape, or form convinced that this team is magically better than last year. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But I am convinced now that this team is playing for each other. There's a genuine trust and a will there, and they're connected. Now they got to stay connected. They got to stay playing for each other. LeBron, I believe, is going to lead this year. I believe he's going to lead more than he has. LeBron's best leading I've ever saw was in 2020. I felt like it's kind of went backwards a little bit because they didn't have much to play for since. However, I think this year, especially with Bronny being part of the organization and the way AD is playing, and having a solid young guy and connect, and I think that LeBron is going to be bringing up his level of leadership that in my opinion, with all due respect, slipped last year. I felt like he did some things last year, the passive aggressiveness, the pouting, the kind of tantrums. He's got to get away from that this year, even when things go bad. So if he can do that, which I believe he will, we know he's capable. And if JJ cannot lose his mind and go all crazy when the Lakers get in a rough patch, then this team may just have enough to weather storms and actually get a playoff seed that is out of the play-in, because that's what they're going to need. If they're in the play-in again, the season is a failure. If they're in the play-in again, the season is a failure. I'm not asking for 1, 2, or 3 seed, but I don't see why Lakers can't get a 4 through 6 seed if this team is healthy, if we're getting this version of AD and the organization and the front office make a move to add a piece to this team, maybe some depth, maybe a little bit more star power. If the organization does that for this team, the team stays healthy, and AD plays like this, These are a lot of ifs. I understand that. But these aren't unrealistic ifs. AD playing great is not unrealistic. The Lakers have assets to make moves. That's not unrealistic. The only thing that may be unrealistic is the health. Can they stay healthy? This I don't know. This we have to wait and see. What's going on, Miss Angie B? Empire Jeff TV's own Angie B. She says, hello, hello. Let's go, Lakers. Let's go, Angie. Good to have you back. Hope you're doing well, sis. The kid, what's going on, the kid? My God, we back. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Good to see some familiar faces in here tonight. Like I said, I've been taking a break on the NBA, covering a lot of baseball, but we back on the NBA today, man. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Different vibe indeed. Joe Ingles, what's up, man? JJ Redick is a good coach. Give him his props. I think that he has potential to be a good coach. I am not going to overreact after one game. I'm not going to do that. Like I said, if they lost tonight, I would not have been throwing a tantrum. They won. I'm not going to act like we won it all, right? I did see some things I liked. I did see some things that looked like this is like a new marriage, a new relationship. This is like the honeymoon phase, right? Let's see when that wears off. I'm very interested to see where we are. And I hope it looks a lot like what we saw tonight, but with better shooting. It can. It really can. My thing with this team isn't about can they. My thing is will they? Will they stay healthy? Will they stay connected? Will JJ allow this team and his staff to navigate through tough times without falling apart? That's what we need to see. And like you said, so far, so good. Indeed, man. Craig, what's going on? Appreciate you, man. Dante, what's good, brother? Hope you're doing well. Lakers undefeated. It feels good to say that. It feels good to say the Lakers are 1-0. Shout out to the Lakers at 1-0, man. I know in Los Angeles, we don't celebrate 1-0, but it's been since like 2016, man. Let me get fire emojis for the chat for 1-0. Let me get those for 1-0, man. Micah, what's good, my guy? JJ and staff got the job done tonight, and props to the players. AD and Reeves were balling. Shout out to Ruchi Mama too, man. Yeah, Rui was doing his thing out there, man. Rui was doing his thing out there, especially to start the game. Bridges, what's good, my guy? Yes, sir. Looking good. Let's see. We got Braden. What's going on, Braden? Anthony Davis, baby. Yeah, man. When we get this version of AD automatic deposit, that AD, this is an MVP. This is the top flight player in this league. This is an Olympian. This is a Hall of Famer. We need this version of AD. Like, we need AD to be in the NBA, in the MVP conversation as early as November and December. We need that to happen. That means that he is dominating this league. The Lakers have a solid record. If AD is in MVP conversations, that means everything we're worried about, we don't have to worry about at that time because we're winning. He's playing great. Everyone's talking about him in a positive way. If we get that MVP conversations about Anthony Davis, our season is trending in the right direction. Best in the West for a night. Yeah, that's right, Dante. Angie says, okay, talking to me about my business. Let me mind my business. Department of Cannabis RS. What's going on, man? What's going on, Cannabis? I'm so pumped. I hit on Prize Picks too. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, man, on your Prize Picks. That's what's up, man. While I got you guys, I want to make sure to let you know to get your MLB, NBA, and NFL gear and more, make sure to use our link to get special discounts, and your purchase also help supports the channel. Whether you're getting your Laker gear, your Dodger gear, your NFL team, whoever it is, we've partnered with the good people at Fanatics, and when you take care of them by ordering through us, they take care of us because you ordered through us. Your order experience will not change other than you'll get some additional discounts. But if you order through us, the show gets credit for the order. You still get your same fly gear. It just, we get hooked up. Great way to help support the channel, and we would greatly appreciate it, man. Let me get back to where I was in the chat. Let's see. What's going on, William? Shout out to you, brother. LFG, Laker Nation. AD was a monster. Absolute monster tonight. Facts. Lakers looked like they were running an offense tonight. Yeah, there were a few things. Couple of plays got broken that I noticed. And what I noticed was when a couple of those plays got broken, they had counters. I never saw a single counter last year. So there was one where Jackson Hayes went to the wrong side. You had a shooter in the corner, and Jackson Hayes was supposed to flare up top. He was supposed to screen the guy to prevent him from getting to the guy in the corner. So Jackson Hayes went the wrong way. And what happened was the guy on the other wing went to the corner which is basically what the other side of the key was supposed to look like. But the Lakers countered it and went to that side, and they swung it over there. So they have counters in place and the players are running it when the plays break. Like coaching, like basic coaching 101, right? So these are things that obviously Darvin was not great at, but this is also normal basketball IQ stuff. Players, look, you can have some of the best X's and O's guys in the league. If the players aren't running it and they're not buying in, it doesn't matter, right? But when you have buy-in, you have to leverage that buy-in immediately. And when you're seeing busted plays lead to counters, that's how you know a team is connected. Very much so. What's going on, Nico? We are still missing an extra 3-and-D score when Braun goes to the bench. We're missing a lot of things. We're missing a legit secondary big. We're missing a legitimate point of attack defender. Gabe is okay, but he's not a legit POA defender, but he's the best we probably got. Max Christie's still looking like he's got some issues out there. Man, I like slept on my shoulder wrong or something. Like over here. Max Christie still is getting blown by. He still has trouble with putting the basketball on the floor when guys run at him. These are all things he can work on. But like I said, this is what should have been developed last year that wasn't. So hopefully that will come along this year. But Dalton Connect, man, I'm a believer. And we knew we stole him early. And the people were saying, oh, he's way better than Christie. Obviously, man. Dalton Connect was like a top 6 lottery talent. Max Christie was a 2nd-round pick. They're not the same, man. Dalton Connect was always going to be better than Max Christie off top. Now, I still think we can get value out of Max Christie as far as him being able to contribute and where we got him in the draft. Now, he's not going to be where some people have. I think the expectation they put on Max Christie was a little probably unfair, right? But I still think he can help this team at some point. Cannabis Emma, he did some Wilt Chamberlain-ish. He did great tonight, man. LA for Life, what's good, my boy? Can we pay our respects to Fernando? Yeah, I did. I touched on that, man. I'm sad about that, man. That damn near messed up my night, man. That messed up my night. I'll tell you this though. The last time the Dodgers and Yankees played in the World Series in '81, they beat them and it was Fernando. You know what I mean? So we got to win for Fernando, man. Win for Fernando, man. Rest in peace to the legend, man. Man, Puro Fernando Valenzuela, man. That guy is, man. Yeah. Hayes balled out. I don't know about ball out, but he did he did his thing, man. He did his thing. I don't think it's sustainable, and I don't think we can count on that for the whole season. But he did his thing today. Nico said facts, Jeff. Not sure what I said, but I'm just gonna assume all my stuff is facts. Just kidding, man. Yeah, RP Fernando. Salute Julian Pratt. Salute to you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Let's talk podcast. What's going on, man? Shout out to the Lakers. Shout out to Empire Jeff. I'm just glad we had basic level coaching. We definitely would have lost this last year. 1-0 facts. And look, we don't need JJ to be like this Hall of Fame coach out the gate, right? He's not going to be. We don't need that. What we need is competent coaching. What we need is a competent, effective staff. What we need is someone who does the work, does the homework, both during games, in limited practice and shoot arounds, but most importantly, in the film room. Take advantage, man. Like even back to like AAU days, man. When you travel out of town, when you in LA and you going to Vegas, you going to Arizona, or you going out of state, that whole time during travel should be used for like meetings, whether you're in a car, whether you're on a bus, plane, whatever it is, whatever group you're with. Like you switch seats around. You know, I used to like stop every on trips to Vegas. I would stop like an hour into each trip and I'd rotate like teammates. Like if whoever is with me, okay, you're in the next car now, you're with an assistant. I would rotate four more people with me, and I would spend time on the road going over them and their roles and what we need and the teams we're going to play. So it's not just on the bench. It's not just when you do have time to practice or shoot arounds. Film room, very important. And during travel and road trips, very, very important. And I think that JJ understands that. I think we're going to get that. Bloodhound, shout out Bloodhound, man. Fernando Valenzuela, RIP to a Dodger great, man. Facts, bro. Facts. Tamika said, hello, Jeff and everyone. Hello, Tamika. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in, as always. They showed, dog. They sure did. They sure. You can see the attention to detail, the sets. I'm telling you, when you start seeing counters from a team, man, when they take something away and they go to counters or they pivot, that's when you know. That's when you really know. They several things got bricked. Like not just the 3-point shots either. I'm talking about some sets they were running. Didn't like I said, they had one where the Hayes messed up a few times. They had one where I think it was D'Lo was supposed to cut back to the ball, but he went kind of baseline, and you could see like the guy was ready for him to come the other way. this is going to take a little time, but outside of that, like you could definitely see a lot of the things that they were doing. Roy says, I was talking to Craig, let me mind my business. What's going on, Roy? Where's Kurt? I haven't seen Kurt forever, man. Kurt, I think Kurt went on vacation and he just hasn't come back yet. Haven't seen him. LeBron has no choice but to pass the torch. Father Time is undefeated. Facts. And well, here's the thing. To be fair to LeBron, William, I think he's been trying at times to pass it, but Anthony Davis just doesn't take the torch. I've often used the analogy of you have two parents in a delivery room delivering a baby. The baby is born, and the doctor goes to hand the baby to the father. And AD's like, give it to Brian. Take the baby, AD. That's what I keep saying. Take the baby. They're trying to hand you the baby. Take it. And tonight he took the baby, yo. He took the baby. My business. Ryan, what's going on, Ryan? Everyone showed hustle. That's all I can ask for. Yes. All you can really ask for is for everyone to get out there, give 100%, play hard. Don't be stupid, right? Don't be a jerk out there. Don't be selfish. Play hard, compete, play smart, give yourself a chance to win. You will be surprised how many times you win basketball games simply because you put yourself in position to win. The right habits, the right approach, all of these things lead to wins. It's not just outscore the other team, which obviously leads to a win, but it's the things that contribute to that lead to that. It's a lot of little things that become one big thing. And the Lakers, even look, I give the Lakers probably, I mean, I'm curious to see what you would grade this. To be honest, like they got the win, so I'll give the grade higher because it led to a win. But this performance was like B-, right? And they still got the win. That's what makes it impressive. Because they got the win, I gave them a B-, but this was like a C, right? Like the way they shot, the second chance points, like all this stuff, that was still very detrimental. So I give them a B- because they got the win. But I struggle to say this because I'm not labeling them a good team yet. But good teams find ways to win bad games. And they did that today. And I don't know how often we're going to see this. Hopefully a lot. I don't know if this was just one of those games where they caught the Wolves slipping. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. I'm not going to get too high over one win. However, the fact that I feel like they played about a C+ level, getting the win takes it up to a B- for me. I will take that any day of the week. If you play, if you played the best game you could possibly play and you still lost, I'd rather have a C and a win, right? A B- and a win than an A and a loss. How many times have you seen like, man, this team played their ass off. They can't play any better than this, and they lost. Like, give me this type of win any day of the week over playing as best as you can and losing. So if we can get this effort, this level of execution, I like our chances in every game when they can do this. I just need to see more of this to feel comfortable that this is going to be a routine and this is going to be consistent. I'm not going to overreact. I wouldn't have overreacted in a loss. I'm happy. I'm thrilled. First time in 8 years that we're 1-0. I'm with that. With that being said, we need more. Like we're not the Sacramento Kings. Like we don't often celebrate 1-0, but because we haven't had it for a while, we're excited tonight. But outside of that, we need more. We need more wins. We need more separations from wins from losses, higher winning percentage. And I don't know if it's going to happen. But if the Lakers can make it through this entire season with never having a losing record, even if they're 500, if they're 1-1, they go 2-2, if they never dip below 500, that in and of itself would be a successful season to me, no matter where they end. I know a lot of you guys are like, it's championship or bust. To me, this team is not that yet. This roster does not equal that. If this team can spend an entire season at 500 or above, never reaching a losing record, to me, that is a massive success, especially later in the season. So if they can do that, then this team is on to something. William says LeBron has no choice but to pass the torch for the time defeated. Yeah, I read that. My bad. Everyone showed hustle. That's all I can ask for. Okay, I read that. Ain't nothing to come for. We won. Yep. Vegas Dev says, my guy Jeff, salute. Liked what I saw tonight, especially the effort. What's going on, Vegas Dev, man? Thank you for being a member as well. Appreciate you, brother. I liked Reeves and Connect on the floor together. Yeah, I was calling it the all-white party. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Reeves plays hard, Connect's going to play hard. I think those two can play well together because they're fundamentally sound. When you get guys that are fundamentally sound playing together, and you got a guy like Braun out there, a guy like AD, that's going to lead to more than likely smart basketball plays, right? So I think you're going to really find it time. If I'm D'Lo, I'm looking over my shoulder at Dalton Connect because I think they trust Austin more than D'Lo, and I think you could see a lineup out there where it's Connect starts getting some of those D'Lo minutes. You slide Austin, Braun plays some point, and then you have Dalton at the like 3 or whatever. But I think you can start to see D'Lo's minutes if he doesn't perform well. LeBron with the ball in his hands, Reeves and Connect out there with AD and maybe a Rui, but Dalton Connect is going to take someone's minutes this year. He's going to take someone's spot. The odds are it might be D'Lo if he doesn't get his stuff together. Satro, what's good, brother? Salute Jeff in chat. Great way to start the season. Go Lakers, absolutely. Vegas Dev said AD was a basketball Godzilla out there. He was, man, doing his absolute thing, doing exactly what we needed to get a win when we needed it. And he closed out the game. That's what MVP performances do. And that's exactly what he did tonight. And that's exactly what we need to continue to see from him. They said, yeah, we bricked the Wolves back in the game. We did, and they bricked all game. The difference is they stopped getting those offensive rebounds they were having in the first half. It was like second chance points was like 17-15, and then the Lakers just got blown out in second chance points. The rest, they stopped getting those offensive rebounds they were getting in the first half, and Minnesota was making them pay. However, when you have a 19-point lead, you have room for error. Minnesota had no room for error. So here's the thing. When you're down 19, you go on a run. You can get that down to single digits. So say you get that down to 6. I think they got it to within 6 at one point. You can get it all the way down to like 6, 7, whatever it is. But the second that other team gets their second win, you're cooked. And it's demoralizing. And that's exactly what happened to the Wolves today. The Wolves dug a hole for themselves that they could not dig themselves out of. And that's how you find the Lakers now 1-0. Shando says, D'Lo hurts my eyes. He hurts all 4 of my eyes. So that's why I feel you. Satcho says, AD got the MVP chant. Yeah. And if we're hearing that all season, I'm telling y'all, we're going to be in good shape, man. Bruh, D'Lo hair, though. Brody trying to be Rasta Slim Shady. No, I saw when someone said, get this Targaryen off my team. Bro, I laughed for a good 15 minutes on it. He said, get this Targaryen off my team. But the Rasta Slim Shady is funny too, man. Don't care, 187. RIP El Toro, numero 34. Yeah, man. Low-key messed up my night, man. Damn. Braun looked old. He is old. But I think that Braun felt and sensed that AD had it going. Other guys Braun didn't feel he needed to be a hero tonight. And I think that makes us a better team. I don't believe this will be the Braun we see for the majority of the season. I think we'll see what we're typically used to seeing. I believe that's what we'll see tonight. That's what makes this win even better. That's what makes this Anthony Davis performance even stronger, is that you had LeBron out there who typically you need him to be super for us to win these games. Didn't have to be. And we still won it, man. Don't care said before Kobe, it was Fernando Mania. Yeah, man. RIP to Fernie, man. RIP, man. Drop a like on the video, guys, if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Shout out to everyone over there on Twitter, too. I see you rocking heavy, man. And like I said, least you can do is drop a like on the video if you're over here on YouTube, man. We greatly appreciate it. Mari's, what's going on, brother? I said, what up, Jeff? Ready for another season? What do you see, good or bad? The season, I wasn't coming into this season feeling overly optimistic. I was feeling very similar to last year. My only hope was that the separation would be, we stole Dalton Connect, although he is a rookie. I did feel he can impact this team. I felt that AD could potentially have an MVP season if the Lakers won enough. But secondly, I was really looking to see the difference that this coaching staff was going to make. JJ and his established staff. This isn't just JJ Redick. He has an incredible staff out there. And I think that if JJ allows his staff to be them, you've got experience on that. If he doesn't, let his ego get involved. And I don't think he will. Like, I think he wants to succeed, and obviously he wants to succeed, but I think he knows that in order to succeed, he's going to need them, and he's going to have to lean on them at times through the season. And sorry, I keep having to adjust my glasses because my headphones just keep pulling them down. I think it's TBD for me. I wasn't overly optimistic because, like I said, this team is basically identical to last year. Only real difference is Connect and a new coaching staff. Although the head coach is a rookie, there's very solid veterans on that bench. So I'm confident that they will obviously be better than last year's staff there. I don't think there's any way they can't be. I still don't know if I trust this team to stay healthy for an entire season because they haven't been able to since 2020, no matter who was on the team. So if they can stay healthy, to me, that's like a third of the problem. It really is. I think that's like a major blessing if this team can stay healthy. And they're already starting the season hurt with no Vando, no Christian Wood. So if they can get healthy and stay healthy, 90% healthy, both stars healthy, and then 90% healthy in general, I think this team has a chance to do something that they weren't capable of doing last year because of those injuries. Now, if they stay injury-free most part, Braun and AD do what they're supposed to do, and the coaching staff delivers on what we think they can, then I believe this team can be much, much better than last year. But again, those are a lot of ifs, and those are a lot of things that have to happen. So we will have to wait and see what happens for that. Micah says Braun maybe top 20. I still got him. Well, I mean, I'm not going to change my mind off one game. I still got Braun top 15. D'Lo looking like he reads palm and tarot cards as a side hustle. Oh, man. Facts, man. Friday an opening night dub. Finally, why did I say Friday? Finally an opening night dub. Yeah, man. It feels good to get that. We got Woods and Vando back. It's over. We're running the table. Look, we need them back. They're going to make a difference on this team. But this team is currently constructed, and I hope I'm wrong. I absolutely hope I'm wrong here. Is not constructed to win a championship. Now, with that being said, does not mean that the front office may not say, okay, we're going to go all in on this, and we're going to give up these picks, and we're going to go after someone. If they do that, that can change that forecast, right? But this team has to do enough to get the organization to buy in to do that. William says, R.I.P. Fernie, man. Absolutely, man. Don't care said LA City Mount Rushmore. Fernando is a bad man. Boy. Happy Tuesday, everyone. What's going on, Daniel Berry? Shout out to you. Appreciate you, man. Good win indeed. Austin fights hard even when his shot don't fall. He'll always scrap and make winning plays. He was crashing the boards. Yeah, Austin Reeves is a winning player. He's not as skilled, athletic, or as talented as some of these guys, but he's smart. He plays hard. And I understand why people get frustrated with him, and certain people don't think he should be a starter. I've often said I like him coming off the bench because he plays the same no matter what. However, I think some people are too hard on him, and I think some people are too high on him. I think Austin Reeves is a very good role-playing NBA player. I think if Austin Reeves is your fifth or so-ish best player, then you have a good team. If Austin Reeves is competing to be your third best player, you don't have a very good team. And that's no shade to Austin Reeves. I think if he's honest with himself, he feels that way too. But we need to get a legitimate third option for this team. It doesn't have to be a superstar, but a legitimate third option to really feel comfortable about this team, maybe going to a next level. Hopefully AD can be consistent and not a roller coaster. Yeah, well, I mean, AD being the roller coaster is pretty much a product of the team needing him to do so much. When the team doesn't require him to do as much, when he's not as heavily leveraged, when his usage rate isn't through the roof, then I think this is the AD that you will get. But until they get like a real 3-and-D wing guy out there like a Vando, and if Gabe can truly help out with the point of attack, and they get him a legitimate guy who can help him in stretches with the bigs, I don't see why AD can't average 28, 12, and like be up, have some assists, have some blocks, have some steals. His stock number should be crazy. So I don't understand. I wouldn't expect AD to be anything else if those things were to happen. What they need is that big. The thing is, they're not going to need that big every night. You saw that tonight. And I said this last night. They really need that big come playoff time. You can get away with it a lot during the season. You can get away with it, but you can't get away with not having the big, not having the perimeter defense, and not having the 3-and-D. You can't get away with all three of those. If you work on the POA and you work on the 3-and-D, then you can get away with not having that big for a bit. You still have to solve that problem. It's a long-term problem, but it buys you time. You can't strike out on all three of those issues. You just can't do it. You're going to be in a lot of trouble, man. You like that rookie, Dalton Connect, WNBA Sky 5. Shout out to you. I do. Look, I'm not the biggest college basketball guy anymore because I simply don't have the time. Same reason why I don't really watch the WNBA. It's because I don't have the time. Like, who doesn't love March Madness? Who doesn't love college basketball? My thing is just finding the time to do it when I'm, got everything going on in my life, running a full-time channel, covering 2 sports and everything outside of that, and then haven't been able to watch it. So I did not really know Dalton Connect much. I didn't know hardly anyone coming into this draft this year. But as soon as the draft came around, you start digging into it a little bit. I saw his name everywhere, like top 7, right? So when he slipped and the Lakers got him, I know that, they got one. Like, they got one. But I knew they got one because, like, I never saw him play really. I saw him during the tournament a little bit, but I never really knew full-fledged who he was, other than I saw his name high on a lot of draft boards. So when they got drafted, I remember my bro was like, yo, who'd he get? Like, look, I don't know enough about him, but I know his name was high, right? But I can't break down his game. I can't hold you. I don't want to lie. But immediately you do your research and you see it and you're like, oh, I like the fact he's a bit older. He's poised. He's gone through some things. I like all that. Then you see him in summer league. You immediately knew. You saw like in preseason. It's just the little things to me. It's not even the scoring. It's not even the big game he had against Phoenix. To me, it's the way he comes off. The way he cuts, the way he comes off picks, the way he looks for the ball, the way he lines his body up for a shot before he even gets the ball, what he does when he gets the ball, how he sorts out to get his spot. When he's coming around a curl, he's already knowing where he's going to land and stop to catch and make that shot, take and make that shot. These are things that I look at in a player. There's zero doubt in that man's head when the ball is in his hands, and you can't teach that. So I'm telling y'all, he's going to take someone's minutes tonight this season. I really, really like him. Great win. Great to see you, Empire Jeff. Hey, James CJ Caldwell. Shout out to you, man. Great to see you as well. Thank you for tuning in. Happy to have you here as always, man. AD MVP. Absolutely, man. Chris says, I think I'm one of the few that just can't watch TNT, guys. Sometimes it's not funny and informative. TNT has really, especially when you had like the Reggie Millers and the Chris Webbers, and like you have all those guys, like it's not TNT, for me at least, has not been an informational basketball education type of system. They go like goofy, play around, joking. The NBA on TV, the pregame, halftime, postgame is just kind of built around entertainment, not really like the sport, right? And they've done it forever, and it was great for so long. But I think with everything, it kind of runs its course, right? And I think it's kind of done that with TNT. I think, we're in an analytical era. We are in an advanced stats era. We're in the game is played differently. And you got a bunch of guys who played in an older league breaking down a newer league, and they just don't want to learn that new league. So they just kind of stay with like narratives and playing around. And I think it takes away. Now, whether you like this way of this league is going, whether you like the style of play, whether you like the analytical aspect to it or not, the fact of the matter is that's the game now. And you need guys who can break that down and explain it. And you've got a bunch of guys who never played in it in that era. They don't like it. So they don't even really watch the games. It's evident that these guys don't really watch the games they're covering. And I think that hurts the product, in my opinion. You know what I mean? In my opinion, that's all. Zachary, what's good? Zachary, he said, what's good, Jeff? I like JJ getting mad at players when they didn't get a rebound. Yeah, I saw JJ mad dog like 3 players on the way back to the bench. I love that. I absolutely love that. Dre, what's good, my guy? Wolves might have too much depth. Not sure how you can develop a rhythm with that many guys who need volume. You're right, Dre, and I don't think this is going to team that's going to finish the season there. When the second Gobert signed that extension today, did you guys see that? 3 years, $130 million. That pretty much ends Randall's chance of sticking around there. So he probably knows now he's not getting an extension from them. He's not staying there. How does this affect his play? If his minutes go down because he's not part of their future and he's in a free agent year, does he cause a stir? Does he cause a fuss? Do they move him for someone else? Maybe, probably, right? So keep an eye on that. Randall might be out of there. Maybe they one of those other guys too, like who Dante getting in there. Like they drafted that young rookie over there. What happens with Conley? Like we don't even know who's officially going to be owning this team in 30 days. That we're supposed to have clarification in 30 days or so. But there is a totally different parallel view of how the franchise should be ran, which is why they're in this kind of influx they are right now. And we'll have a lot more clarity of what this Minnesota Timberwolves team will be about a month from now. AD looks like he's at his peak skill-wise. Yeah, he's in his prime. This is his peak, the peak of his prime. Maybe another year or so, and it's going to start to dwindle a little bit. So they've got to take advantage of this now for sure. Let's see. Law Malcolm. What's going on, Malcolm? 80 won the game, and LeBrat will get the credit. No, man. You don't like LeBron. I feel like everyone out there nonstop is giving AD the credit. I haven't heard a single person mention Bron much today other than he didn't play well. This was an Anthony Davis game. Anthony Davis won this basketball game for the Los Angeles Lakers, and I think everyone would agree with that, including LeBron James. That's just me. Shando says we still need a trade. We do, but I think it's imperative and important for this team to prove to the organization that this team is worth sacrificing future assets to win now. What I mean by win now, it's not just this year, but maybe this year and 2 more years, right? You don't want to go all in on this year alone, because then you're just wasting the picks there. If you can go on something that gets you value back, and in a pinch you can move to get more value back, then you do that. And I think the organization will be in a situation now, if this team continues to play like this, they believe in the coaching staff, they believe in the players, and they believe in the direction that the team is going, I think they will give up those assets. But if they don't believe in it, they're not going to do it. Kayla said Gobert is trash. I don't think Gobert is trash. I just don't think he is the best defensive player in the league. It's not his fault he keeps getting the award. Those are on the voters. Come on, AD, do this all season. Yeah, facts, man. Facts. You like Rookie Connect? I do absolutely like him. At least we got the Bronny circus out the way. Yeah, William, he should be dispatched to the G League immediately after this game. He definitely should be. Max obviously will be flawed. This is the cost of not playing him for 2 years. Facts. Connects needs all of D'Lo's minutes. Shando, he may be coming for those minutes, man. That may happen, man. That may happen. Dalton didn't get enough run tonight. He didn't. He got about 15. I expect him to start taking guys' minutes more and more. And D'Lo, man. It might happen. I prefer Gabe over D'Lo. At least he plays hard on defense and does the dirty work. D'Lo, more worried about his hairdo. Yeah, but just D'Lo's ability to shoot. I'm telling you, D'Lo was a plus 15 tonight, the second highest on the team when he basically had a bad game. And that's mainly because guys are not leaving him, which is freeing up other guys. There is value in that. Now, obviously, we want guys who can contribute in other ways and have that plus minus be a directive of that. But he didn't hurt us today. The numbers show he didn't hurt us. When he was on the floor, we were winning at our best, especially when he was out there with Rui. I don't trust Hayes as a backup, nor do I. Patrick, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Happy to have you. Big Baby, what's going on, Big Baby? Make sure to go subscribe to Big Baby Sports, man. He got a channel over there that does good work. He's doing pregame, halftime, and postgame as well. Appreciate you, Big Baby. JJ Redick is a great coach. Let's get it, man. I don't know about great. I'm not willing to go there yet. They had a great win tonight, but let's like I said, I wouldn't have thought it fit if they lost tonight. I'm not going to get buck wild because they won tonight. Coach JJ Riley. Here we go. The fourth quarter one to bring back the lead back to 10 was amazing. Sure was. Brooks and McMahon. Let's see here. That Bronny run definitely made a big impact. Chris says the fans' energy is very low in the first half, but it was better in the second half. Yeah, I feel like everyone was just there on Instagram and TikTok in the first half, man. Once they kind of started locking in on the game, it felt very dry in there, very quiet. Not a lot of action. Didn't feel like a home court advantage crowd. They got going later in the second half, so you're absolutely right about that. But yeah, they need to be better in game 2, man. Come on, crypto crowd. Take the baby. I'm telling you, I've been saying that. Take the baby, AD. I've been saying that, man. When you were a coach, did you ever have to bench guys for being selfish? Of course. I don't think there's a coach out there that never has, right? If they're really a coach, you definitely bench guys for being selfish. And sometimes it's your best player. And It's maybe not for an entire game, and it's maybe not for an entire half, maybe just for a possession or maybe right before the half. Like, you have to get that under control because, look, in youth sports, one guy a lot of times can beat a team, especially a very, very good, talented, skilled player. A lot of times he can get you a win by himself sometimes. However, if the other team is any good and they have a good coach, they're going to take that away at some point. He may score, but then they're going to find ways to make him work on defense. Like they're going to make him work hard, right? Him or her. So if a guy's out there not, it's like if a guy's out there bringing a crew to work with them and he's not paying them, they're going to stop working for him. And that's what you got to get across. You want these guys to go to work with you. You want them to put in their work so you're free to do what you can do. You got to take care of the guys. Anyone who's running a crew, you take care of your crew. And at the end of the day, if you're not taking care of your crew ain't going to take care of you. And you ain't going nowhere without a crew. So they usually figure it out. Some do, some don't. There are some players who want to win, but they want to win their way. They want to win with them being the best scorer, the star. And they can still get that and include their teammates. Some kids figure that out, some don't. But I absolutely have had to bench players for being selfish. And I've also had to bench players for being too unselfish on both sides of the fence, because being too unselfish can hurt a team too. Let's see. We definitely need more attack dogs, because if we're relying on our three-point shooting, we're cooked. Facts. If your eyes, what does it mean for a guy like a system player? Wait. Okay, I don't know what you mean by it. So a system player is like a guy who thrives in a particular team. That system gets him open shots that he capitalizes on. It's a guy who really can't get his own shot, can't create his own shot, may not even be able to take his own shot without getting it blocked. But a system gets him open in spots where he can provide scoring opportunities. And it's the offense's job to get him open, not himself. He can't blow by past someone. He can't fake someone out. He can't take someone off the dribble. The system gets him open, and he's capable of making shots when he's open out of a play generated by that system. Youth sports has a lot of systematic players. Quality Kev says Lakers need that same Rui we saw tonight, and I applaud Reeves for hustling for those 9 rebounds. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You can have a bad game offensively, but if you do enough other things that lead to winning, small things lead to winning. Diving on the floor, deflecting passes, running the right plays out of bounds after a timeout, calling out a switch to your teammate, boxing out on a free throw, chasing your own shot when you know it's off from the release. All of these things, I can go on forever with this. All of these things you can do that are things that contribute to winning that never touch a stat sheet. Because even though you chase your own miss, maybe it doesn't bounce back to you, but you put a body on someone. So now you got AD one-on-one on a guy around the rim for a rebound and a putback, and that raises that percentage higher. Even though you never got the rebound, you never got it and passed it, you didn't deflect it to him, you kept the body off the glass. And these things lead to wins when you do that. Hey, man, we might get Reeves Connect Slim Shady back. Or fick it. Yeah, we might, man. AR thought he was Rodman for a little bit. Chris says, I'm not a D-Lo guy anymore. Show me in the playoffs if you're still here. Yeah, I think that's fair, guys. I've always liked D-Lo. He has the skill. I just don't think he has the will. And I think, that ship may have sailed as far as seeing him bring something in the playoffs, man. What do you think about Grant Williams? Tubby, you think he'd be cool on this team? Nah, not on this team. Anthony Davis has the most points in a Laker opener since Kobe Bryant, 45 in 2007. Kobe won MVP that year. Lost in the finals, but won MVP. So he would gladly trade that MVP for a finals MVP for sure. But outside of that, yeah, Anthony Davis, if Anthony Davis is an MVP consideration, the Lakers are having a monster season. They are. And we need that. We need that like water. D'Lo looking like one of the albino twins from the Matrix. I'll tell you, when I saw someone say, get this Targaryen off my team, bro, I fell out. I defend LeBron until he retires. This is amazing watching him at this age. Now that I'm past 40, I definitely understand how your body slows down on the court. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're not appreciating the greatness of LeBron James, then you're just a hater, really. He doesn't have to be your favorite player. He doesn't have to be your GOAT. But to get out here and just not support the guy that's on your team, or even if you're not a Laker fan, to not admit that this man is giving he never cheated the game. He's out here giving greatness to the game for 22 years, whether you like him or not. Look, I'm a Laker fan. I still give mad respect to Larry Bird, mad respect to those guys. I know people people think it's like illegal to give credit when credit is due, even to the Celtics. I respect greatness. I respect champions. It is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, I talk to Celtics fans. I know Celtic fans who call Magic Johnson the GOAT. Like, flat out, call Magic Johnson the GOAT. Shout out my guy Easy Money. Flat out calls Magic Johnson the GOAT. And he's a die-hard, bleed green Celtic fan. Flat out calls Magic Johnson the GOAT. So, like I said, to me, it's giving credit where credit is due. And whether you like LeBron or not, you can't disrespect his legacy. Whether you like Mike over him or you will have Kobe over him, Kobe's my GOAT, 10 out of 10. But I don't discredit LeBron just because Kobe's my GOAT. I hated Jordan fans that tore down Kobe just because they love Jordan. So I didn't want to be that Kobe guy who tore down Bron just because I liked Kobe, right? Nah, they can all be great. Kobe can be your GOAT without you having to discredit LeBron, and vice versa, Jordan, et cetera, et cetera. Like, you don't have to tear down another man to build another man up. You don't have to. And I think people need to respect and appreciate what Bron is doing, because we don't have him for much longer, and we're going to wish you still did. We talk about what Wemby may or may not be, but I don't know if Wemby will be the face of a league like Bron was. I don't know if when the next time we'll see the face of a league like what Bron was. I don't know when the next time we're going to see that. And so we got to appreciate while we still have it. Rob still, moves have to get done. And again, if this team plays like this, or wins like this, I should say, I think he will. I dare anyone to play against younger players every day 82 times. Facts. Facts. Chris, it's hard enough for any NBA player at any age to play against NBA players for 82 games. It's tough, bro. It's tough. I agree with you. Chris spitting facts and fire tonight. Don't let us get Lax Levine. Ooh-wee. Oh, Zach Levine. Oh, don't do it. He said, "Ooh, wee." In your opinion, you feel catch and shoot off the dribble shooting aren't the same when it comes to providing spacing? It's not the same. Catch and shoot versus shooting off the dribble. Shooting off the dribble, a lot of guys do another dribble to gain rhythm. The catch and shoot guys, to me, sometimes are more skilled. Well, no, not really, because being able to dribble is more of a skill. But what I'm saying is the catch and shoot and getting your rhythm on the catch, even some guys take one dribble just to gain that rhythm, but some guys cannot catch and shoot in the corner. They have to put it on the floor for a bit and then shoot. So it's different. I think for me, depending on the role of the player, if it's a role player, you probably would prefer a catch and shoot guy because he stands in the corner, he provides the spacing, and he hits it. Now, if you got a guy that's capable of catching it, now you're in triple threat, right? You can put it on the floor, you can put your back to the person, or you can just take the shot there. So if I had my choice, I would want both, right? But that often isn't enough. I think you find more catch and shoot guys than you do guys who can put it on the floor and create their own shot. But when it comes to creating space, both of them feel their need in different ways. The guy who's in the corner, plants himself in the corner, typically keeps that defender in that zone, in that range. If you got a guy that can only catch and shoot, but can't put the ball on the floor, then that defender knows if I can get a little bit more space off of him, but I have to close hard because he's not going to put the ball on the floor. And when a defender knows that, that's an advantage. But the guy that can make that shot from the corner, but then put the ball on the floor in a flyby situation, say bye, put it in the air and put it down, that's more that's more better. It's more effective. Even if I had all the time in the world, I wouldn't watch the WNBA. Oh man, I'm not here to diss the WNBA, but let's just say, like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I don't got no problems with it, but it just doesn't pull me in like that. People fall in love with the mystery box of talent. This is a super young player and overlooked developed players solely because they're older. He has tangibly affects traits you hope a young player gets. Yeah, facts. What's going on, Savage? Jeff got the win and Bronny minutes for history. Now he's getting sent to the G League. Win-win. Facts. Appreciate you, big baby. Appreciate you, man. Dan Inspiration said, when Rui does good, I'm going to call him Rui Kuchimura. Yeah, man. When he does good, I feel like we win. We're definitely a better basketball team when we get more out of Rui. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. I like that, but it's tricky to be honest. If you got like 12 guys who deserve playing time, if you got 12 guys that deserve playing time, it's a good problem to have, but it's a problem, right? But that means that you got guys that you can move to other teams for value, because that means that you've got guys that other teams probably would want. So you can trade maybe 3 of those guys for 2 guys. Maybe those 2 guys are better than those 3 combined, and your team kind of, improves, from that standpoint. From a rotational, you have probably a heavier 8, right, talent wise. When you have a 10-guy rotation or 9-guy rotation, that typically means that your first 8 are not good enough. So you have to have that extra person there to hope to find something. You don't typically want to have a 9-man rotation on the regular, unless you got guys that are just like, you got LeBron, he's going to be trying to limit his minutes. You're trying to save AD. Kind of makes sense early in the season, but as you get down the stretch of the season and come playoff time, you're not going to go with 9 guys. That just doesn't make sense. Jeff, Lakers 100% need another wing. Also, I don't like Max at the 3 lineups. They definitely need another wing for sure. Crazy how Jalen Hood and Connect are drafted at the same draft slot, and shows the difference between tangible skills and the mystery box in drafting. Yeah, when you're drafting for potential versus what a guy can give you now, like the Jaime Jaquez last year, right? You knew that guy could play right now. You knew that. But is his ceiling as high as the unknown? Sometimes you're just betting on hitting on a guy whose ceiling is unknown, but if he hits, you got one, versus a guy where he's probably going to be this his whole career. But sometimes you need guys who are going to be that the whole career. And I told you guys, even in weak drafts, you can get guys that can play on your team for 10 years and help you win championships. In weak drafts, you find hellified role players. And Dalton Connect is a guy that has a chance to be a bona fide, legitimate, top-tier role player in this league. Let's see. I'll never get used to it being called crypto. Staples had a better ring to it. Yeah, it did. You plan to watch this game live? Why didn't you push through? What do you mean? What did I did watch it live. What do you, I don't understand, Pat. What do you mean? Do you think fans in the arena are full of the Botox influencer sections as well as the millionaire business guys? Not enough real fans. Fan tickets always sold out. There is a whole thing of like corporate seats. I've been to enough games to know that there's a lot of like fans there. The problem is it's not typically where they show the cameras, where you hear them. It's typically like in the 200 to 300 sections is where like the fans are. All the lower ones is typically like corporate seats or like, people with, a little bit more fundamentals right in their pockets. But outside of that, there's a ton of like real fans in like the 200, 300 section. And the TV doesn't show them too often. Reeves really struggled shooting the threes. The whole team struggled shooting threes tonight, man. EmpireJeffTV, you can say that again about the 100 crew. Everyone should have each other's backs. Everyone. Facts, man. What's that saying? Ain't no one about a crew. You know that. It's true, man. Ain't no one about a crew. The crew is the crew, man. And when you have a real crew come through. When you come through for the crew, man, it's what it is. It's always one person to try to mess with the crew, man. D'Lo thought he was sea snake. That's funny. Waiting for Lucky to show up in the background. Never seen the pup. He was here last night. He was in the background last night. He got on my lap last night. He had his Dodger gear on. Where is Lucky? He's not over here right now. I don't want to say his name a third time. It's like Beetlejuice. He's going to appear. I almost ripped my headphones off my damn head last night. Shando says, I'm trying to look for wings we can move for, to be honest. Not many I can really see that pop outside of Jeremy Grant or DFS. No, they're not giving us Herb Jones. I wouldn't mind DFS, man. They're just going to come off that price. They tripping if they think they're getting 2 picks for him. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. Not happening. Nor should it. That's one of my homies says. That's too expensive. D'Lo got the Kung Fu movie wig hair. Man, Targaryen, bro. Another guy, Kendrick Williams from OKC. And I'm really trying over here, bro. I don't know if they're going to move him, though. I really hope deadline D'Lo shows up earlier than the deadline. I hope he shows up earlier than the deadline so they can move him at the deadline, right? Braun on that. All that. Jeff, what are teams that you think would unload assets? I will say Houston. They got like 13 guys who deserve rotational minutes. Let's see what the records are in like 45 days. Let's see where teams are going. Houston, I'm telling you, I do not know why. And for those who've been around the channel for a bit, you know this. I do not know why no one is talking about Steven Adams. I think he's gettable. I think the Lakers should be all over that. I look at teams like Houston, Utah, Orlando's extended a bunch of their guys, so they're going to move some people. Look at a team like Cleveland. They've paid a bunch of guys. Is someone going to move there? Does Jared Allen get moved? He signed his extension on August 2nd. So theoretically, he's eligible to be traded on February 2nd, which is a few days before the trade deadline. So Jared Allen may be moved, y'all. And that would be a great piece for the Lakers. Atlanta is probably going to be like having a fire sale at some point. Brooklyn. There's a lot of teams, man. There's a lot of teams that are going to be moving pieces. What does Chicago do? This probably doesn't directly affect the Lakers, but what do the Clippers do? If they get off to a bad start, what do? They got some tradable pieces. Do they punt and try to go after a flag? Like, do they bail on the season? If the Warriors get off to a bad start, what do? Like, there's a lot of teams. Portland, like, I think there's going to be a lot of guys moving after December 15th. Trade is definitely happening soon. AD might die out there if Hayes is a long-term option. Yeah, that's right, man. Quality Kev said, why did Celtics fan chant Yankees suck at the game? Like, brother, their baseball team haven't been in the playoffs for 3 years. They just, because that rivalry is deep. And it's bad when a Boston team is rooting for the LA for the Dodgers to win. Like my same homies that told you were Celtics fans are calling me saying, like, let's go Dodgers. Boston is full-fledged Dodger fans right now, hands down. Hey, man, I got a crazy theory. If Minnesota struggles finding chemistry with the depth, maybe they can help us out. Maybe, but they probably move those guys to the East. But I don't know what guys they have. Like, the guys they probably would look to move, I don't think we're going to be really after. I don't think we're after Julius Randle. I don't think we're after a Conley. I don't think they move Naz Reid. I think they look to extend him. So I don't really know if they have anyone that they're going to move that the Lakers would kind of position themselves to get. You think Allen from the Cavs is a realistic target? I just spoke on that. Yeah, I think it is. I think they signed. I was talking to my guy LOE. Shout out to LOE. He was at the game tonight. Me and LOE talk about that often. He was probably the first guy that he's probably like the main guy that's on that Allen to the Laker bandwagon. He has wanted that for a while. I'm with it. You know what I mean? But that was like his top target. His main target was Jared Allen. So I think they've extended a lot of guys. At some point, one of those guys are gonna have to go. So I think potentially they may have extended him to move him. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think he'd be a target that the Lakers would go after. But I'm telling you, Steven Adams, man, keep your eyes on him, bro. Keep your eyes on him, bro. LeBron and AD not playing back to back. Did they say that? Did they announce that, or you just don't think so, Craig? Chris says, Jeff, you definitely was the first one to say Aquaman to Hollywood. Yeah, I mean, I didn't understand how that went under the radar. Like, he just seems perfect for like a guy that can give you 10 to 15 minutes in a situation where you need that type of guy. LG was good, my guy, man. Night, Jeff, good win tonight. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Plenty of baseball talk tomorrow, ALG. I'll be doing my Dodgers World Series preview tomorrow. We're talking a lot about Fernando as well, but back on deck for the Dodgers tomorrow, baby, and for the next couple nights, right? Lakers play Friday night, but I ain't gonna have no Laker coverage Friday night, man. It's gonna be I'll probably do an EPJ Sports Night on Friday night and do both, but it's gonna be very, 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 very heavy baseball talk come the rest of this week. I'm looking at Orlando. Give me Anthony Black, bigger Gabe Vincent. Yeah, I'm telling you, keep an eye on Orlando, man. Why is this not working? There we go. 2 more days, Jeff, and we can't be friends for a week. I know, man. I know. You know what's really weird? I saw the post on Twitter tonight, and it was so true. And it was like the Dodger and Yankee fans should be at each other's throats trying to bury each other, yet they've united trying to drown out a bunch of crying fan bases who didn't make it. And it's 100% true. Padres, Mets, Astros, Cleveland, all these teams whining and crying. There's no crying in baseball, man. And it's true. Yankee and Dodger fans find themselves fighting together in unison against these punk-ass fan bases. Y'all died. You're dead. Get your ass in the grave already. Stop messing with us. Go to the afterlife. We sent you off lovely. Get out of here. We don't want you anymore. Go play somewhere. We're busy. Get out of here, man. Alexander Walker, man, is a dog. Yeah. Maybe we can get him. I don't know. I think there'll be guys that'll come up that we haven't even talked about either. Like there's a lot of players that are going to be available, man. We can probably get Clint Capella on the low. I mean, he's not low money wise, but maybe on the low as far as sending something out. Maybe keep an eye on that, but maybe. I feel Cavs will move either Garland or Mitchell. I don't believe they'll move Mitchell. They just extended him. He chose to stay. Garland, maybe. I think Garland or Allen or one of those guys are going. Like I legitimately think so. Favorite game watching snack. Oh man, I like a lot of snacks, bro. I like a lot of snacks. I'm a chips guy, obviously. But if you're talking about like food heated up, like appetizer type stuff, give me like wings, mozzarella sticks, potato skins, anything like that. Like give me some good chips. Almost are no bad chips, right? I'm a foodie, bro. Like if someone's got some snacks, Jeffrey gonna probably eat them. You know what I mean? So I like all kinds of stuff, man. I get asked that question a lot. My answer is like kind of the same. Like typically, bro, I eat like a dog. If it's in front of me, I'm probably gonna eat it. Like, Jackie, what's going on, Jackie? This new Wolves team stinks. Don't give up on this Wolves teams. Hey, they're the Los Angeles Timberwolves, y'all. They're the Los Angeles Timberwolves. There were a lot of Laker fans conflicted tonight, man. They got the Minnesota, LA Timberwolves tramp stamps from the playoffs, man. There was a lot of confliction. You know what, Chris, I got it, Chris. That's why the arena was so quiet tonight. They were torn. Both their lovers were in the arena at the same time. Man, oh man, all them Los Angeles, all them Los Angeles Timberwolves fluffies, all them Los Angeles Timberwolves fluff girls were in the building tonight. It must have been awkward, y'all. Must have been all those people that thought that just because Minnesota beat Denver that the Lakers were going to come back from the Dodgers. Let me move on. Let me move on. Oh man. EPJ Sports Night this Friday. Yeah, man, I enjoy that. We're gonna do call-ins for sure on the next one. I just had to get that one a little test run. Los Angeles Timberwolves, man, y'all killed me, man. Y'all killed me. Y'all embarrassed me, man. Y'all embarrassing. But yeah, man, Lakers get the win tonight. Fantastic win tonight. Shout out to Anthony Davis for being a straight out beast out there tonight. A monster on the block, man. Killing the game, killing the Wolves, the Timber Pups tonight, man. Shout out to him. We do not get the win without that performance. Like I said, a game where LeBron James was not at his best. Lakers did enough to win. At one point, led by 19. Minnesota made a run. Lakers said, that's cute. Lakers said, see you later. Lakers said, bye-bye. Got the win, man. Shout out to JJ Redick, man. Shout out to Anthony Davis. Shout out to y'all. NBA is back, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Make sure you drop the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Shout out to everyone over on Twitter, too. Rockin' heavy. Love y'all, man. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Good night tonight, man. Good night. Lakers won. Had myself a good day earlier. Got some baseball coverage coming tomorrow. Make sure to tune in. Dodgers World Series preview. We are less than 3 days away from game 1 of the World Series at Dodger Stadium, man. Cannot wait. Lakers play again on Friday as well. The best time of the year, man. Best sports time of the year. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all for tuning in. Y'all could be anywhere in the world. You here with me. I appreciate that. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night. You enjoy your hump day, man, tomorrow. Stay safe. And go Dodgers. Go Lakers. Once again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Rest in peace, Fernando Valenzuela. If you guys kneel down to do your prayers tonight, send one up for his family. God bless them. And catch you guys tomorrow, man. I'm out of here. Have a good one.